So you're thinking about starting an LLC in North Carolina, maybe from overseas, or maybe you just want something simple, legit, and fast? Well, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process to form a North Carolina LLC, even if you've never done anything like this before. We'll go over everything you need to know: choosing a name, filing your documents, picking a registered agent, getting your EIN, handling taxes, compliance stuff. And I'll also share one tip near the end that could seriously save you time, money, and a few headaches. I'm Bobby Casey, founder of BusinessAnywhere. I've been helping entrepreneurs from all over the world, digital nomads, expats, and US citizens, form their companies remotely with zero paperwork stress. So yeah, you're in good hands here. Let's dive in, and I'll show you how to make North Carolina your business home base. All right, let me introduce you to Carlos. Carlos is a freelance graphic designer based out of Madrid. Works with clients all over: New York, Singapore, London. At some point, he realized if he's sending invoices around the world, he should probably look the part. So he decided to set up a US company. He looked at a few states: Wyoming, Delaware, Florida, but eventually picked North Carolina. Why? Well, the filing fee was just $125. He didn't need to mess with a general business license. And with just one $200 annual report to file each year, it was super low maintenance. Simple. All right, let's walk through how you can do the same. First up, your LLC name. Now, this might feel like the easy part, but hold up. In North Carolina, your name has to be distinguishable from any other business already registered. And you've got to include something like LLC or limited liability company in the name. Some words are off limits too. If you're trying to call yourself a bank or trust or even engineering firm, you'll need extra approvals and probably a professional license. Now here's what you do. Hop over to the North Carolina Secretary of State's website and run a quick name search. The link is right down below in the description. It takes 2 minutes and it'll save you a ton of trouble. And if you find a name you like, you can even reserve it for 120 days while you pull the rest of your docs together. Okay, next up, your registered agent. This is the person or company that handles legal mail on behalf of your LLC. If your business ever gets sued or the state needs to reach you, this is where the notices go. So yeah, it's important. If you're not living in North Carolina, or if you just don't want your personal address on public record, go with a professional registered agent. That's what Carlos did. He didn't have a US address, and he definitely didn't want legal notices showing up at his apartment in Madrid. Expect to pay anywhere from $50 to $300 a year. Unless you stick around to the end, I'll tell you how to get it free. All right, let's talk about filing your articles of organization. This is the official doc that forms your LLC. You can file it online, by mail, or in person. North Carolina charges a $125 filing fee. Not bad. You'll fill in your LLC name, registered agent info, your mailing address, and whether you're going to manage it yourself or hire a manager. Quick note, if it's just you running the show, you're probably what's called member managed. That's the default, and it works just fine for most solo founders or small teams. Now, here's the part most people forget: the operating agreement. North Carolina doesn't legally require you to have one, but trust me, you want one. It's like your company's internal playbook. Who owns what? How decisions get made? What happens if someone leaves? All that stuff. Even if you're a one-person show, having it in writing helps prove that your LLC is legit, especially when you're dealing with banks or legal stuff down the road. Speaking of banks, before you can open a business account, you'll need an EIN. That's your employer identification number. Think of it like a social security number, but for your company. You can get it for free on the IRS website. Takes about 10 minutes online, and boom, you're set. With that EIN, you can open a US bank account, hire people, and file federal taxes. Carlos actually used his EIN to open a multi-currency business account, made it super easy to get paid in euros, dollars, whatever. Very handy when you're working with international clients. Now, let's talk taxes for a second. North Carolina doesn't charge income tax at the LLC level. Instead, profits pass through to your personal return. But depending on what you do, you might still need to register for stuff like sales tax, use tax, or withholding tax. That all goes through the North Carolina Department of Revenue. Yep, we've got that link down below too. Make sure you don't skip this step. Tax penalties are not the surprise you want at the end of the year. And don't forget, every year by April 15, you've got to file your LLC's annual report. It's $200 by mail, or $203 online. Basically, you confirm your info, your registered agent, and pay the fee. Miss it? The state could shut your LLC down. So yeah, maybe set a calendar reminder. Or better yet, use a service that sends you alerts. Now, about licenses. North Carolina doesn't have a general statewide business license, which is great. But depending on your profession or location, you might need something specific. Like if Carlos were running a food truck instead of doing graphic design, he'd need permits from the city or county. So double check with your local office, especially if you're dealing with health or safety stuff. All right, so here's where a lot of people get stuck. They try to DIY all of this and end up wasting hours chasing forms, making mistakes, or worse, missing deadlines. Not fun. That's actually why Carlos used BusinessAnywhere. Here's how it works. We register your North Carolina LLC for free. Literally, all you pay is the state's $125 filing fee. That's the same amount you'd pay if you did it yourself. But instead of wrestling with paperwork, our expert team handles everything for you based on the info you give us. Plus, we throw in the first year of registered agent service totally free. That's something you won't find anywhere else online. Every other site charges for that upfront. With us, it's included. So really, why not let the pros handle it? Let's do a quick recap. To register your LLC in North Carolina, you'll pick a name, appoint a registered agent, file your articles of organization, draft your operating agreement, get your EIN, register for any necessary state taxes, file your annual report each year, and check for any local license requirements. And if you want to skip the hassle, head to BusinessAnywhere. We'll get it done for you with no extra fees, and you'll get that first year registered agent service free. The link is right below this video. So, what do you think? Is North Carolina looking like the right fit for your business? Or are you still weighing a few other states? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you're working on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.